Hello again, Howard and everyone else. This is part 2 of the Nextion pick control for Howard's G4CCH multiband microwave transverter control with a bonus on the end. So this is still using the PIC 16LF876 microcontroller. All the I/O pins are pretty well used up, and we've got it working for crossband operation this time. Won't bother with the truth table, but because we know that part works. So the rest of it was a bit of a struggle, but we got it going. Again, this is the same LED representation of the PIC outputs, just as in the previous video. Just go over one more time so you can see they're in groups of 4s. So here we go again. Going to power things up. Once again, I got the code written so all the LEDs come on at once, so I can tell that they're all working. Newest feature is the transmit output on and off control. It's the easiest way to do it, Howard. So select the first band, 1296, and I'll activate the push-to-talk control, and you can see now that the button goes from green to red, indicating receive to transmit. I switched the transmit output off, and of course now there's no output. And I'll go through the other bands here. The main ones, anyways, you'll see how things operate. So now these are the frequencies that can go either simplex or crossband, and just see how they operate. Well, my first selection was 2304 simplex. And as soon as you hit the push to talk line, the warning banner comes up. So we turn off the transmit. And back on again. Now we'll select the crossband. Receive 2304, transmit 2320. Take note of the PLL frequency LEDs switching back and forth between the two frequencies. Then with the transmit output off, you'll notice the transmit LED is also off. Then transmit back on again. Next, the 2400 megahertz band. And just as before, I'll select simplex, and you'll see when I transmit, the one button goes from green to red for indicating transmit. Then in crossband, as before, I guess I didn't describe this, the green button is indicating receive, and the red button is indicating transmit frequency. And of course, the last crossband frequency you have in there is the 3398, and it works exactly as the other two. Then the last one is the 6 centimeter band, which is single frequency, straight operation. Yeah, that's about it, Howard. That wraps it up for this, so you can see how the crossband works now. Here's the bonus part, Howard. You mentioned that programmable attenuator you think you might be using, so I thought, well, I might as well jump into it, go to the larger PIC, and have some expansion room. I forgot to show this earlier. Oh well, I'll stick it in now. So this is a small PIC, one we've been using, the 16F876, and you can see that all the ports are used on it, and no more room to expand. So that's the other PIC I'm using. It's an 18F452 40-pin chip, and it's going to give us 31 I/O pins to use for our output ports. The code I developed in the smaller PIC, I just merely moved over into this PIC. Had to rename some of the symbols for the output ports, what they do, but most of them went right across. The thing I've added now is the 6 pins for the attenuator. You'll see on there is V1 through V6. So this is what the new PIC looks like. It's much fatter, a little bit longer, so it requires a new evaluation board, which I already had. and of course 6 more new LED indicators. So here's the LED descriptions again. A little tight getting the lettering in there so you can kind of see it. They're in groups of 4 from the right to the left, but the very last 6 are the new programmable attenuator LEDs, the indicators for the attenuator module. It has a logic table, but I didn't program the logic. I'm just merely going to have the LEDs come on and off just to show the operations. The logic of it can be programmed in any time. So as before, we'll fire things up. Darn little Nextion screen didn't record too well, but you can see what's going on. I won't get into real depth description here of what's happening, except for the get the attenuation part of it. But you'll see how things go as we click along here. The function for turning the transmit output on and off is same as before, and same with the band indication buttons changing color when you go from receive to transmit, etc. Like last time, I'm just going to go through the simplex ones, and I'll jump over to the crossband buttons on the last part. There goes the email on my phone again. They're going crossband again, 2304 to 2320. So this is a new feature. We're going over to the attenuation page, Howard. So as I go along and select the buttons, you can see the far left 6 LEDs change. Like I say, there's no truth table here. I'm just switching on the lights to indicate what's going on. The truth table can be put in later. I switch back to the main operation screen or page, and you notice the attenuation LED stays in the last position I set it, and I go back and change bands or do whatever I want. I had to do some fancy serial port switching on and off between the Nextion and the PICs to control that part of the circuitry. But it worked out, and I've learned a lot. It's a lot of fun, Howard. So that wraps it up for these 2 circuits. So gives you some thought, Howard. Let me know what you think.